So I want to talk a little bit about your experience in combat. But before we do that, I want to know where you got the nickname Nuke. It's on. Matter of fact, you got it on you got it on your uniform right now.
I have. Yeah. So this will not instill a lot of faith and confidence. Your faith and confidence in me as a combat aviator. But yeah. So when I showed up to my first operational F-16 assignment, we do what's called strafing. It's essentially shooting the gun at the ground. And I was not good, man. I could not hit the broadside of a barn. And so I don't know, after like the third or fourth time, and we get back to the debrief, and everything's taped, right? And so you can see it. Man, I'm not hitting anything. And there's a scoring system out there. It's like this acoustic scoring system. So there's no line. There's no getting around it. There's no fudging the numbers, right? And finally, one of my instructors just looks at me and he's like, dude, he goes, we're going to call you Nuke because you need a nuclear weapon to destroy the target. So, yeah. So typically your call sign is not something that, you're proud of per se. You earn it.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's always up for renewal too, man. It is always up for renewal. So
absolutely. I had a couple when I was playing basketball at A&M, I had a couple nicknames, and let's just say that my buddies gave me nicknames that were not supposed to be that complimentary at first.
That's exactly right. Yeah. The more you dislike it, then the
better it is, right?
It becomes. That's exactly right. Exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, that kind of reminds me, I'm a huge fan of British naval history. I've read a lot of books, both fiction and nonfiction about it, but probably the most famous British admiral ever, the man who won the Battle of Trafalgar, where if the British would have lost, the French would have had an open sea lane to come onto the land, was Horatio Nelson. And this is a British, he started as a midshipman, but it eventually became an admiral. And he got seasick when he first started going on ships, like violently seasick. And he ended up being, there's a statue to him in Trafalgar Square, rightfully so. And
sure.
He actually died at the Battle of Trafalgar. But it kind of reminds me of that story, but you just got to be persistent. You got to stick with it and stuff like that. And eventually you'll learn. It's a good story, actually, because it shows that even somebody with your skill, ability, precision, you weren't perfect when you first started.
No, far from it, my friend.
Yeah, far from it. You worked at it to get better.